They're going to have to watch from the whole game.
I think Brian Ellaby would agree with you. He wants to have better defense against three-point shooting. That has hurt Michigan, although the Wolverines are coming off their best shooting game overall, 59% in a victory over Morris Brown. We're underway. Lavell Blanchard, as usual, wins the opening tip. And non-conference basketball underway here from Chrysler Arena in front of a sparse turnout here in bad weather and with the students on break. Bernard Robinson Jr. threw it in the corner to Lavell Blanchard. Little head fake. Drives inside. Right-hand shot, no good. Blanchard got his own rebound on a tip. Threw up a prayer and got it to fall. Lavell Blanchard gets Michigan on the board 2-zip.
Spectacular shot. That looked like that Vince Carter highlight from the, was it last night?
Little Eric Carter in that move. He just threw it up with two hands underneath, and it got the rim and fell. Now we have a whistle on the other side. Bernard Robinson Jr. bumped his man in the first foul of the game.
You're learning how to play defense. That time, Bernard Robinson tried to take one big step instead of two quick steps. He didn't catch up with his man, and he tripped. An unfortunate call because it was just mixing up with the feet, but it's called every time.
Tamir Goodman with the basketball for Towson, swings it over to his backcourt mate. That's Brian Allen. He drives inside, got it to the tree inside. Shaun Holtz, turnaround jumper, and it didn't even move the net. Ties the game at 2.
Shaun Holtz isn't one of those back-you-down big guys. As we mentioned, he's a finesse player. He's going to shoot the turnarounds and the long-distance threes.
Avery Queen for Michigan threw it over to Aslan, who's out high. Left side, Lavell Blanchard looking for Bernard Robinson. Finds him top of the key. Right side pass to Avery Queen. Queen pulls up, goes to the floor. Driving on Tamir Goodman. Now Queen slows it down, gets a screen from Josh Aslan. Goes right side, back to Aslan, and he buries it from the free throw line. Extended 4-2 Michigan.
Fred, that may be the first shot Josh Aslan's made outside 4 feet all year, and I know he can make it. I've seen him do it before. Hopefully that'll give him some confidence.
Michigan's big man with an outstanding season shooting-wise so far, and coming off an outstanding game. We'll go over that at the next whistle. Now Towson with the ball, trailing by 2. Shaun Holtz from way outside for 3 off the front of the rim. Bounced rebound came down to Lavell Blanchard on the long rebound, and Michigan on the run. Avery Queen gets another screen from Aslan, but we got a block away from the ball.
It's going to be on Josh, moving screen. Good call by the official.
Aslan's first personal second team foul on Michigan. Turnover goes to Towson. 4-2, Michigan leading Towson here less than 2 minutes into the game. Happy holidays to you all. We hope you enjoyed your Christmas or Hanukkah season, and we wish you all a very happy new year. Very quiet crowd here and a very sparse turnout at Chrysler Arena. This is Tamir Goodman, got away from Lavell Blanchard, threw a right side to Brian Barber. Barber drove inside, drew a whistle. Barber, the leading scorer on this team last year and so far this year, averaged 17 points per game. Last year, that time the head fake drew a foul.
Yeah, you saw Brian Barber do what Shane Battier did to Michigan big guys. He tried to get him away from the post where they had the quickness advantage. Chris Young needs to give him a little bit of room there.
Towson inbounds the ball. That's Goodman. Threw it over to Holtz, who plays out high very often in this offense so far for Towson. Left side, pump fake by Sam Sutton. Sutton looks inside for his meal ticket. Barber driving, backs away. Young, turnaround, no good. Rebound came down to Young, and here comes Avery Queen on the break. 3-on-2. Dish to Blanchard. Bank shot good.
Very smart play by Lavell Blanchard there. Instead of going all the way in for the layup, Goodman was back for the charge. Lavell did a nice job of pulling up and using the glass.
Michigan 6, Towson 2. Tamir Goodman, how much did you say he weighed?
155, and he looks it now that he's on the court.
155 pounds, double team, passes it off to Shaun Holtz. Holtz drives inside at Aslan. Almost had a foul and some contact in the backcourt. Now we come back over to Brian Barber. Barber looks inside, watched by Young, dishes off there to Sutton. Sutton pull-up jumper, blocked by Robinson, but he gets it over to Shaun Holtz, who buries the 3. Well, we were warned that he can shoot the 3, and he's not shy about doing it. Now the other way, 3 for Bernard Robinson Jr. A little long. Nice tip by Aslan, but it came down to Sutton of Towson. Dish off to Brian Allen. He buries the jumper. And all of a sudden, Towson leads Michigan 7-6. 4.5 minutes into the game. I almost said baseball game. It's not baseball weather.
No, it's not.
Avery Queen double team, got it off to Aslan. Aslan to Robinson. Touch pass inside to Young. Young with 2 guys on him. Made a nice move and banked it off the glass. Chris Young gives Michigan the lead back at 8-7.
That started with Bernard Robinson making the extra pass. He had the outside shot, but he did a nice job of finding his big man down low and a perfect touch pass in there to Chris.
Chris Young has his first 2. It's 8-7 Michigan. Sam Sutton got over to Barber, and Barber, who hasn't scored yet, turned it over on a lazy pass inside. Here comes Avery Queen behind the back, between the legs, drives inside. Bounce pass nicely to Robinson, who put it back off the glass. What a play. Great penetration by Avery Queen.
Again, Michigan playing unselfish. Avery probably had the shot there, but recognized Bernard. Bernard's done that all year. He does a nice job of back cutting on the baseline.
So far, that's our play of the game. Holtz goes left side to Tamir Goodman. Goodman takes it to the floor. Blanchard comes out and watches him. And Towson sets up offensively, trailing by 3, 10-7 in the very early going here at Chrysler Arena. Whistle away from the ball. Bounce pass into number 34, Sam Sutton, but the foul goes against Towson. Dugan?
Yeah, it's going to be on Holtz. Set a moving screen. The officials are watching for those early in the game.
That's 2 moving screen calls, and we have a timeout on the floor. 15:32 to play. It's Michigan 10, Towson 7. You're listening to Michigan basketball.
You gotta think forward first, 'cause you want the best and nothing less.
Ford Windstar is the best-selling minivan in Detroit. It offers 5 stars for safety and government crash test ratings. Your Metro Detroit Ford dealers have a great renewal lease offer on a fully equipped 2001 Windstar LX for only $280 per month for current lessees through Ford Credit. Only $280 per month with a V6 automatic, air, 4-wheel ABS brakes, and so much more.
Think forward first.
2001 Windstar LX for only $280 per month for 24 months with $3287 due at signing, including security deposit, excluding title and taxes. This $280 payment includes a $500 lease renewal bonus if you currently lease a Ford Division product, lease a new one, and take retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/16/01. Some payments higher, some lower. Residency restrictions apply. Not all lessees will qualify for lowest payment. See dealer for qualification details.
Your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Think forward first.
A strike! Yes! Hey, the Ovaltine man! Yeah!
No kid can resist the taste of rich chocolate Ovaltine.
This is so good and chocolatey. This is great chocolate milk. Isn't Nesquik? Get real. It's rich chocolate Ovaltine.
Kids love Ovaltine's rich chocolate taste. And Ovaltine adds vitamins and minerals that Nesquik powder doesn't. So why give them Nesquik when you can give them more? And there are more vitamins and minerals in Ovaltine.
Ovaltine rocks! More Ovaltine, please!
Back here at Chrysler Arena, 15:32 to play. It's Michigan 10, Towson 7. Avery Queen has had a splendid start. He's already had 3 dishes. Michigan shooting 71%, Towson 60% here in the very early going.
Towson's going to show us a 1-2-2 zone.
Bernard Robinson Jr., Avery Queen, alley-oop to Blanchard, but he missed the dunk. Rebound, Chris Young goes back up inside. Couldn't get the roll, but Blanchard's there to follow it and slam it home.
Yeah, he's going to get one of those dunks down. I like Michigan's call there. They probably scouted Towson. They knew they'd come out in the zone after the timeout, and they ran a nice play.
Tried to beat it there. Brian Barber, other way for Towson. Running jumper gets his first 2 points of the evening. Michigan 12, Towson 9. Holtz has 5 of the 9 Towson points. Aslan bounce pass to Blanchard, a little dangerous in traffic. He throws a nice pass over to Queen from 3. In and out. Rebound tapped away by Aslan, but they got him over the back.
Josh not happy with that call. That time it was just I thought it was a pretty good play, but anytime you reach when you're a big guy, the officials are going to see it. They
Guy
see
had
those
inside
big arms.
position. He reached over. Sometimes even when, as you know, Dugan, even when you get all ball, just the motion will draw the foul.
That's so true, Fred. And all the official sees, he's behind the play. All he can see is a big arm coming over the top of a guy, and he's going to call the foul.
Frustrating as a player, too, isn't
no
it?
question.
When you know you have all ball and they still get the call,
No question.
it goes against you. Aslan has his second personal. He checks out. First substitution for Michigan, Gavin Groniger, who had 16 against Morris Brown off the bench, checks in. Fall away jumper, Barber, no good. Rebound came down to Avery Queen. Queen on the run. Gives it to Bernard Robinson Jr. Little flying leap in the air, no good, but we have a foul.
They called that a charge.
Against Bernard Robinson Jr., I thought surely in the air he got hacked. Instead, he picks up his second personal, so 4 fouls against Michigan, but 2 against Aslan and 2 against Robinson as Bernard checks out of the lineup, pumping his fists and shaking his head in frustration.
You rarely see. That time Goodman slid underneath Robinson and actually turned his back to him. I'm very surprised they called a charge.
Leon Jones comes into the game for Michigan. He had 23 points against this Towson team. last season in his best game of the year for Michigan.
23 points. Wow. They called that a charge. Against Bernard Robinson Jr. He had 23 points against this Towson team last season in his best game of the year for Michigan.
23 points against this Towson team last season in his best game of the year for Michigan. Jones and Groniger in there now. Michigan is a smaller lineup. Brian Allen bounced it inside, got it to Sutton. Sutton turnaround, no good, and the foul goes against Sutton and Towson. Middle bit of a makeup call perhaps there.
Well, they say there's no such thing as a makeup call, but that, you're right, that looked like one.
Baloney.
You see the fouls at 5-1. You know Michigan's going to catch up pretty soon.
Baloney, there aren't any makeup calls, and everyone does it. Michigan's big men, I alluded to their hot shooting. In fact, against Morris Brown, the big three of Josh Moore, Josh Asselin, and Chris Young were combined 15 of 19 shooting. That's 4 misses for the entire game. That's outstanding. Of course, they were all high percentage shots, as Michigan did a good job working the ball inside. Leon Jones got it back to Groniger. Groniger with Michigan leading by 3. 13:55 to play. Blanchard almost lost control. Dishes left side to Queen. Fakes his shot. Bullet pass inside to Jones. Shot up no good, but he drew a foul.
How about that? Fred, Michigan doing a great job of moving the ball around the perimeter.
Yeah.
Swinging it side to side.
I think so far, knock on wood, foul one against Holtz' second personal. I think so far they've done the best job of passing the ball without putting it to the floor of any game I've seen so far this year.
Well, when you sit your 2 best players on the bench for just about the entire second half, that sends a message to the entire team. You better play selfless basketball.
And as Brian Barber pointed out in the pregame show, it's not as though Bernard Robinson Jr. and Lavell Blanchard played so poorly in that first half, but it was all at one end of the floor. Leon Jones at the line, first one up and in. He has his first point of the evening. It's Michigan 13 and Towson 9.
That's a big foul on Holtz. He does a lot for them offensively. He does, because he can shoot the ball so well from the outside, he really spreads out the defense.
Big because it's his second personal. Leon Jones drained the second one, hits them both. His first 2, 14-9 Michigan. Now Towson tries to beat full court pressure and threw it away in the backcourt as Avery Queen was pressuring Brian Allen, and the ball was just fired out of bounds. Michigan gets it on the turnover.
Witherspoon, just in the ball game, needs to realize there after a made free throw, you can run the baseline. He was stationary on the baseline. If he had ran a little bit, he could have found an open man.
Instead, he stood flat-footed and threw the ball away. Michigan has it. A chance now to go up by 7 or 8. Jones to Groniger, thought about 3. Head fake, drives inside. Fall-away jumper, no good. Tipped up and no good by Michigan's Lavell Blanchard. Goes out of bounds off a gold jersey to Towson. But good hustle by Michigan on the offensive boards.
And that's okay. You want Gavin to be aggressive there. He did a nice job.
Brian Allen driving on Avery Queen, who almost swatted it right into Dugan Fife's face.
I'd have caught it.
Never would have hit your face, huh? Sam Sutton driving now for Towson on Leon Jones. Sutton swings it left side to Witherspoon. Witherspoon got it back to Sutton from 3. No good. Rebound came down to Lavell Blanchard on the long rebound. He's had 3 of those so far. Blanchard drives left side, pulls up now. A couple of substitutions about to come in for Michigan. Josh Moore will check in for the first time, as well as Maurice Seawright. Lavell Blanchard, alley-oop inside to Young. He caught the ball, came down, got bumped, went out of bounds to Michigan off a Townsend player, no foul. And indeed, here comes Josh Moore and Maurice Seawright into the game.
Chris Young cannot afford to let the defender slip in and steal that ball. When he catches the ball inside, it should never get below his chest. He should get his elbows out and turn strong to the basket. That time he brought the ball down to his knees. Any guard in the country, even Avery Queen, can get that.
Michigan basketball brought to you in part by Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza, proud to be the official pizza partner of the Michigan Wolverines. 14-9 Michigan by 5, 13 minutes exactly to play in the first half. Jones got it right side to Seawright. Seawright to Groniger from 3, no good. Rebound came down, nice rebound by Sutton, Sam Sutton of Towson, and now the Tigers go the other way. Little cross-court dribble by Allen. Allen beat his man Seawright, who caught up with him. Goes back to Sam Sutton. Sutton gets it back to Allen. Brian Allen left-hand dribble. Left side pass to Witherspoon, but we have a foul away from the ball.
It's going to be on number 1, Allen. Gavin Groniger with a great job of helping out Maurice Seawright, who was beat to the middle. Again, that's a cardinal sin for Michigan defensively, but if you have guys willing to sacrifice their body and step in and take those charges, you can afford some mistakes.
Brian Allen gets the foul, his first personal. He hails from Cape May Court House in New Jersey, wherever that is. Leon Jones with the basketball. Now we have a whistle away from the ball. It went against Michigan. Appeared to be Josh Moore.
Josh Moore trying to establish position inside, slid up the lane and bumped Shin too hard. The officials are really watching the big men close. I've noticed earlier, they're letting a lot go between the guards, but they're really watching the big guys in the paint.
Dugan, you ever been to Cape May Court House, New Jersey?
That's too many words. Cape May Courthouse.
12:23 to play. Towson down by 5 with the basketball.
Been to Newark, sorry.
Okay, I was just there a couple of weeks ago. Sam Sutton drops it off to Brian Allen. He's watched by Maurice Seawright. Got it to the left side to Witherspoon. Witherspoon, their top player off the bench, dumps it back to Sutton. Sutton drives inside, but Leon Jones got a hand on him. Brian Ellerby up off the Michigan bench saying, Leon, throw the hands in the air. Don't grab as he goes by. Leon did his first personal.
And Leon should know, he's been here 3 years. Michigan wants to steer the ball to the baseline, and we've seen Towson players already 2 or 3 times a night beat Michigan off the dribble inside, and that's something they're looking to do. Every time a player gets it, they're spreading the lane, and they're looking to penetrate to the middle of the court.
What do you want to force them to the baseline?
You want to force them to the baseline so you can actually use the baseline as an extra defender.
Sam Sutton at the line for the Towson Tigers, trying to make it 14-10. Free throw up and in. He'll get another.
It almost acts like a trap. If you're on the wing, you force your man baseline. A big man slides over outside the paint and should be there to draw the charge or block the shot.
Do you do that in rec ball?
Oh, yeah. I think I lead the rec team in charges.
And shots, right?
No.
Sutton's second free throw, no good. Tapped around by Josh Moore. All over his back was Mike Shin, who's into the game, and Shin picks up the personal.
So we have a decent player on our rec team. Played at another school in Michigan named Matt
Steginga from Michigan State. Oh, boy, he was a shooter.
He still is.
Gavin Groniger back to Maurice Seawright. 14-10 Michigan. Seawright threw a high pass to Jones, who leaped and got it. Now drives right side, gets a screen from Moore, pulls up, throws it back to Blanchard. Blanchard inside, lob to Moore. 3 guys on him, went up without the ball, get a whistle, goes out of bounds, off of Towson, no foul.
Again, Fred, you see Towson able to knock the ball away because Josh Moore caught it and brought it down to his knees. Not quite strong enough yet.
Timeout on the floor, 11:41 to play. It's Michigan 14, Towson 10. We're back after this on the WJR University of Michigan Basketball Network.
You wanted to see me, sir?
Have a seat, Campbell. Been some disturbing rumors floating around the office.
Rumors?
Seems some office supplies have disappeared.
Now, sir, if this is about the sticky notes, I only took a few.
What?
And some tape. But it will never happen again.
Sticky notes? No, this is much more serious. Is there something you'd like to tell me?
I'm sorry. I just needed a filing cabinet.
What? No.
Fax machine?
I'll come right out with it. Our Yellow Pages is missing.
Okay, I took it. I accidentally threw mine out.
You what?
Some other directory showed up at my door, but it just wasn't the same. It had less stuff. I lost my head.
And you threw it out?
Yeah.
We've got to get you some help.
I know.
Not all phone directories are equal. Don't get caught without your Ameritech Yellow Pages. No other directory can give you as complete, reliable information.
Well, luckily we can always request additional copies. Where's my phone?
Well, it's kind of at my house.
Kind of?
But there's a really good reason for that.
The Ameritech Yellow Pages from Ameritech, a member of the SBC Global Network. When online, visit us at smartpages.com.
The average family business owner spends over 90,000 hours throughout a lifetime creating wealth, but only 4 hours planning how to pass that wealth on to the next generation. Proper estate planning could be the most important thing you ever do in business, and your Federated Insurance marketing representative can facilitate the process. Ensure a great opportunity for those who follow you. Ask about the business succession process from Federated. It's our business to protect yours.
Your Federated representative in Clarkston is Dale Bargeron, and in Troy, call Tom McMahon.
Back here at Chrysler Arena, Michigan 14, Towson 10. Michigan with the basketball trying to extend the lead to a half dozen. Josh Moore got it over to Groniger. Groniger throws it back to Leon Jones. Jones bounce pass back to Groniger. Out to Seawright, thought about the 3, lost the dribble. We get a foul. I believe it went against Brian Allen.
If it is, that's his second. He's their top point guard. A good three-point shooter. He's not a guy you want in foul trouble.
Mike Bratta, our statistician, confirms it is Brian Allen. So now 2 Towson players and 2 Michigan players all playing with 2 fouls, not even at the midway point of the first half. Leon Jones for 3, in and out. Rebound came down to Allen. Had his pocket picked momentarily by Moore, but maintained possession. It's Josh Moore doing in the backcourt, running the little guys. Inside pass other way to Holtz. Holtz been quiet here the last 5 minutes. The right-hand push, got the bucket, and drew the foul. Chance for a 3-point play. Shaun Holtz already has 7 points.
Holtz can play. He's showing us a lot. He's taking it outside in that time. I didn't know he had the inside game like that, but again, Michigan allowing their men to turn into the middle of the paint. You don't want that. Every play you should force baseline.
Lavell Blanchard, 6 points and 4 rebounds to lead Michigan. He's the team's leading scorer and leading rebounder. Holtz hit the free throw, completes the three-point play. He's keeping Towson in the game single-handedly. It's 14-13 Michigan as the Wolverines have missed 4 straight shots. They need one here. Leon Jones to Gavin Groninger, and he traveled. Good call by Phil Bobach.
Right in front of him. Michigan trying to do things a little too quickly on offense. I'd like to see him still try to get the ball inside. I don't care if Josh Moore drops it 5 times. You have to go to him because he's open.
5th turnover by Michigan. See, the Pistons turned the ball over 29 times last night against the Celtics.
I almost went to that game. I'm glad I didn't.
I'm glad you didn't either. I saw it. It was not a great game. 14-13, Michigan leads Towson. From way outside, that's Brian Barber with an air ball knocked to the floor by Josh Moore. And I believe they say it just went out of bounds, no call.
Yeah, I think that's a good no call by the officials because actually Barber tried to fake that. He knew he was going to shoot an air ball, so he fell down, and Josh Moore just tripped over.
Yeah, they didn't go for it. So Michigan leading by 1 gets the basketball with 10:35 to play. Wolverines try to even their season record at 5-5. They've won 2 straight since that debacle at Duke. In the corner, Leon Jones got it to Lavell Blanchard. Turnaround jumper, drops it right through. And Lavell is hot. He's hit 5 of his first 7 shots.
I think that's Lavell's best game. 1 dribble and a shot. I think when he tries to put it on the floor too much, he gets himself in trouble.
Yep. And did it to perfection that time. Barber got over the Witherspoon. Witherspoon, a shoulder into Groninger. Beat him on the baseline, missed the shot. Rebound, Lavell Blanchard. Hands it off to Maurice Seawright. Drives the middle, throws it over to Blanchard. 3-point shot, good.
Well, he's feeling it now.
Never even thought about it. Got the ball and fired it off the touch pass. 19-13, Michigan by 6. 3-point the other way by Brian Allen. Swatted away and out of bounds by Maurice Seawright.
Seawright's hurt. He got drilled on a pick by Shaun Holtz.
Yeah, they'll get him out of there. Avery Queen will come into the game. I don't think it's serious. He may have got hit in the midsection or in the upper thigh. I'm not real sure. He'll take a rest.
He got hit hard. That time, Lavell Blanchard, I think, was so excited hitting that 3, he forgot to call it the screen. But I think that's what Coach Hubby's talking about. He's not worried about how you play in the offensive end. He wants you playing defense.
Yeah. 11 points for Blanchard, though. He's certainly been the top offensive player in this game so far. Here's another one. Holtz with the ball. Pump fake on Blanchard. Now Blanchard tightens up the defense. Holtz drives by him. Gets Blanchard in the air. Draws the foul. Throws up a shot. Hits it. It'll count. And he'll have another chance at a 3-point play the conventional way.
That's a good move and shot by Holtz.
Oh, but boy, was it.
You know, I'd rather have Lavell Blanchard putting pressure on Holtz up there instead of letting him stand there and just pick apart the defense. Michigan, I think in the past few games, I really haven't seen him pick up the pressure defensively on top of the key. They just let the team sit there and kind of pick them apart slowly.
I didn't think that was bad defense by Blanchard. I just thought it was a terrific play by Holtz, who missed the free throw, so it's 19-15. 9.5 minutes to play first half. Avery Queen dumps it to Blanchard from 3. Missed that shot. Young couldn't grab the rebound. Avoided the foul wisely. Sam Sutton boarded for Towson, and they go on the run. There's Holtz from 3. Nailed it.
Recognizing the man in transition. Where are the 3-point shooters? That time, no one on Michigan spoke up and pointed them out.
13 points for Holtz. It's 19-18 Michigan by 1. Queen from 3. Short. Rebound came down to Towson. They have the basketball, and the Tigers have a chance to take the lead.
Yeah, not the shot you want. Michigan needs to work the ball around a little bit, get the ball inside first. 2 quick 3-point shots is not going to make Coach Ellerby happy.
Bad pass on the other end by Witherspoon goes out of bounds. Michigan gets the ball off for turnover. And Avery Queen can shoot. That's just not the shot you want him to take.
Oh, yeah, you want Avery Queen to take the shot after they've gone through the first couple of looks offensively because he can hit that 3-point shot.
Avery been playing, though, overall with much more confidence here in the last half dozen games after a bit of a slow start this season. Groninger to Jones. Jones in the corner to Blanchard. Blanchard, Mr. Basketball in the state of Michigan, his senior year at Ann Arbor Pioneer. Works it other side to Groninger. Groninger nails the 2-pointer.
Nice move by Gavin. Shot fake, 1 dribble, pull up and take the J. You've seen Gavin in the past travel on that move, but he's really worked on it. He's doing a nice job.
First 2 points of Groninger. Other way, breaking free for the jam was Sam Sutton. Just beat everyone down the floor. 21-20. Towson down 1. Sutton's first field goal of the game. He has 3. Avery Queen head fake. Got it out to Groninger. Almost walked with the ball there on the pump fake. Threw it inside to Blanchard. Blanchard is hammered by Brian Barber, who draws the foul. Picks up the foul.
You see that happen a lot, Fred, when a guy's beating you offensively like Lavell's been. You see the guy get way too aggressive. As Lavell bangs into him, the guy's going to try to get him back, and the officials always see the second one.
Bet you that happens a time or two in rec ball, too.
Oh. I think I'm retiring from rec ball. I'm tired of it. I don't like getting fouled anymore.
Blanchard at the line. Michigan now in the bonus. Michigan leads by 1. Lavell's first on the way. No good. Rebound came down to Towson. Blanchard went to the stripe as a 78% shooter, but missed. Goodman now throws it right side. They work it back inside to Barber. Barber head fake, fall away jumper over Young, no good. Rebound, who else? Avery Queen. This guy gets about 3 rebounds a game. Deceptively good off the glass. Leon Jones with the flying leap. Shot no good, but the foul goes against Michigan. They got Leon. Leon Jones called for the offensive foul, his second personal. Timeout on the floor, 7:45 to play. It's Michigan 21, Towson 20. You're listening to Michigan basketball.
Hello, Wolverine basketball fans. Discount Tire Company would like you to know that they've just made an exciting addition to their team, Michelin Tires. Just like the University of Michigan, Discount Tire Company was founded in Ann Arbor. They both stand for rich tradition and a proud Michigan heritage. Today, Discount Tire Company is America's largest independent tire company with over 400 locations nationwide. Discount Tire Company and Michelin have teamed up to provide Michigan sports fans with a great team effort of guaranteed low prices and their special commitment to service, because so much is riding on your tires. You can also have the best looking car or truck at the next basketball game by stopping by a Discount Tire showroom and checking out their huge selection of custom wheels and Michelin tires. Stop by one of Discount Tire Company's 43 Michigan locations and take advantage of their free tire inspections by trained professionals. Experience another Michigan winning team. Discount Tire Company and Michelin. Let's go blue, and let's go to a Discount Tire store near you.
For remarkable deals on compact computers, rush to Radio Shack for the big compact computer clearance. Every compact is on sale, from laptops to the exclusive Creative Learning Series, perfect for families with kids in school. Get up to $300 in rebates and savings from Compaq and Radio Shack when you buy, and save $400 more with an instant rebate when you sign up for or switch to MSN Internet Access for 3 years at just $21.95 a month. But hurry, this sale ends soon while supplies last at Radio Shack. MSN rebate not good for programming or service and may not be available in all areas.
Ride home from work with Album in the afternoon, 3 to 6, only on 760 WJR.
Back at Chrysler Arena, Towson on the run, breaks the press, trailing by 1. Michigan up 21-20, 7.5 minutes to play at Chrysler Arena. Tamir Goodman with the basketball for Michigan, watched by Groninger, got it over to Allen from 3, no good. Long rebound again came out to Blanchard, the 4th time that's happened in this game. Queen, right side dribble, spins his man around, maintains possession, beats the double team, throws into the corner to Groninger from 3, nailed it. Good movement there by Avery Queen, who drew the double team and saw the open man.
Did a nice job of recognizing where that open man was, because he had his back to Gavin.
Gavin has 5. Now the other way, Towson. Witherspoon from 3, no good. Tapped up almost a goaltend by Blanchard on the defensive end. No call. Queen got it over to Groninger. Again from 3 on the run. Nailed it.
If Gavin gets the ball in rhythm, he can stick that three-pointer. I think he's the best three-point shooter on Michigan's team.
Lavell Blanchard gives him a bear hug and high fives aplenty with timeout on the floor. 6:54 to play. Michigan 27, Towson 20. This is a 30-second timeout, so we'll take a floating break here on the WJR University Michigan Basketball Network.
It's reassuring to know that the odds of your family business suffering a large property loss or a monster lawsuit are more than 500 to 1, but you're insured just in case. As for the odds that you'll one day have to pass that family company on to the next generation, those odds are somewhat more inevitable. Consider the odds, and then consider Federated to facilitate the estate planning process for your family business. Federated, it's our business to protect yours.
Your Federated representative in Brighton is Mary Beth Rainier, and in Sterling Heights, call Ken Ziembo.
6:54 to play from Chrysler Arena. Michigan 27, Towson 20. Michigan has gone on an 8-2 run, Dugan Fife, but Gavin Groninger has pulled him out of a sleep with 8 consecutive points, burying 2 3-point jumpers. He's in his zone right now.
Yeah, I think he has his confidence going, but give Avery Queen credit for giving him that confidence. He gave him the ball in a position where he could set up and stick the 3.
Well, Michigan is trying to, the coaching staff trying to teach patience offensively, but you know, any shooter who feels it, you never discourage that, especially a shooter like Gavin.
Right, you want to have patience, but you got to know the time and the place when you can take a shot like that. Gavin is in his rhythm, he's wide open. He's capable of making that shot. He should take it.
Shaun Holtz, the hot shooter for Towson. He is 5 out of 6 for 13 points. Lavell Blanchard has 11 for Michigan, and Groninger off the bench has 8, coming off a splendid bench game against Morris Brown when he poured in 16. Michigan 27, Towson 20. Towson with the basketball. Tamir Goodman, watched by Groninger, got it left side to Brian Allen. Allen dumps it off to Brian Barber, who's been relatively quiet here in the early going after he scored 30 points against Michigan a year ago. Goodman got it right side to Allen. Allen looks inside for Holtz. Nothing there. Got it to Barber. Barber works on Young. Out to Allen. Bumped by Queen. No call, but he was open. Shot missed. Rebound Blanchard, who's been all over the defensive boards, and he picks up a foul. Is that on Holtz?
That's
if
on
it is,
Holtz.
that's his third personal. That will hurt Towson.
And Lavell drew that foul because he did a nice job. And I know Coach Utter was in hammering these guys for this. Boxing out, getting rebounding position. Instead of just looking at the ball, watching the flight of the ball, you need to find a man and put a body on him, and Lavell did just that.
True enough, Lavell Blanchard, as I pointed out a moment ago, has had 5 long, rather lucky rebounds, but he's had 2 others for a total of 7, and he's worked for them.
Yeah, sometimes when you're an athlete as good as Lavell, all you do is jump and jump and jump, and it's so much easier if you box your man out. Then you don't have to jump, you don't have to get as tired, and you'll get a lot more rebounds.
I love the saying, the harder I work, the luckier I get.
Good saying.
Blanchard, I didn't think of that, by the way, but Blanchard nailed his first free throw. He earned it with hustle at the other end, buried the first. He'll get another. It's 28-20, favor of Michigan. All is quiet as Blanchard nails the second one. He's on a roll, 6:24 to play, Michigan by 9. Still with that full court pressure, but the Tigers have done a nice job of breaking it here in the early going. I don't believe Michigan has gained the ball off a turnover off the press.
You're right, they haven't, but I think it's forced Towson to do some things different. They're looking to rush their shots a little more because of that press.
Sutton inside over 2 people. Shot no good, drew the foul either on Young or Queen. They got Chris Young.
And Coach Elby wanted to travel. He looked like he shoveled his feet in there.
Well, it's funny. I see that a lot, Dugan. Coaches teach the big guys, keep your feet still, hands in the air. They do that. The offensive man moves into them or travels, and they still get the call. It's got to be frustrating for a defender.
Well, there's a call the officials talk about, and they don't want to see the defender slide in with their knees. If you keep your position, they're not going to call a foul. But a lot of times you start to bump, kind of like a check in hockey, a little hip check.
I imagine that's especially so in the second half if the legs get tired a little bit. You cheat a little bit.
The second half is when you start seeing the hands starting to slap at the ball, too.
Yeah. Sam Sutton at the line hits the first one on the front end of a one-on-one. Josh Moore comes back into the game for a rather frustrated Chris Young, who gets a high five from Brian Ellaby, and he shakes his head as though to say, Chris, you did everything right. Didn't like the call. Sutton back at the line earns another one, 29-21 Michigan. Little over 6 to play first half. Second one no good. Rebound Josh Moore. Here comes Michigan on the run. Avery Queen again throws it into Gavin Groninger. He's hot, flying leaner, no good, but he drew the foul.
And we mentioned that makeup word. That might have been another case. Gavin, I don't think drew. He might have drawn a little contact, but the defender was there, had his position. I think that could have been a no call, but we'll take it.
Went against Mike Shin, his second personal. Michigan in the bonus. Groninger goes to the line with exactly 6 minutes to play in the first half. First one short.
Yeah, Gavin's laughing at that free throw. He knew it never had a chance.
Well, he just kind of threw it up there.
Looked like it slipped off his hand.
Maybe.
Didn't ever come to a set position.
He'll get another. He's a better free throw shooter than that. 83% from the line. He nails the second one. 30-21. Michigan back up by 9. Still in full court pressure. Goodman breaks it. Gets it back. Comes across midcourt now as Michigan falls back defensively. Groninger on Goodman. Goodman looks for his man, but Queen is all over Allen. Now Allen gets the ball. Head fake on Queen. Looks inside. Nothing there. Drives left on Queen. Avery stays with them. Left side pass to Mike Shin. Shin top of the key. Can't find an open man. 13 on the shot clock. Got it back top of the key to Sutton. Can't get a shot off. Good Michigan defense. Shin got it back to Sutton. 6 on the shot clock. Jones all over Sutton. Right side drive. Threw it to Allen. Allen got Queen in the air. Fired it up as the shot clock goes off. Missed it. Rebound came down on a loose ball foul. I believe it's going against Mike Shin. Outstanding defense there by Michigan.
You're right. That was great defense for 35 seconds. And what I really liked about that, Leon Jones, as the shot clock's winding down, he finds his man, boxes him out, draws the contact, and now he's going to the line to shoot some free throws.
And that's 3 fouls on Shin off the bench. Holtz, the starter, who's been the best player on the floor for the Tigers, also has 3, and he's on the bench. So Towson in some foul trouble. And Dugan, they don't go very deep. They only play about 8 people.
Well, they're going to have to go deeper this game.
Leon,
fouls are building up quick.
Pardon me, Leon Jones goes to the line for Michigan. It's 30-21. Leon's first one no good. I mentioned he scored 23 against the Towson team a year ago, and Leon played very well off the bench in each of the last 2 games for Michigan. Substitution, Maurice Seawright comes in for Michigan, and Avery Queen, who's had a very good night offensively, gets a rest. Queen has 5 assists so far. Jones hit his second one. He has 3, all from the charity stripe. It's 31-21, Michigan's biggest lead at 10 points. Tamir Goodman driving midcourt, goes past Gavin Groninger, blew by him, throws it inside to Sutton. Sutton, good recover defense by Josh Moore. Goodman gets it back, bounces inside to Sutton. Seawright on him, goes outside to Goodman, got his man in the air, fall away jumper good. Tamir Goodman with his first 2 points of the evening.
Tamir was a huge scorer in high school. I think he averaged 40 points a game. A lot of college coaches question the league you played in, but anytime you get 40 points, you're scoring.
Hometown kid out of Baltimore. Groninger went in the air, shot blocked, and it leads to an open jam for Brian Barber, who got the block, hustled down, got the pass, and threw it down. No call. I think Michigan coaches were looking at something, but Barber has the slam.
Looked pretty clean from here.
Coaches sometimes look for something when it's nothing there. 31-25 Wolverines. Seawright got it to Jones. Jones had a sloppy pass knocked away. It's going to be another open layup, this time by Brian Allen. Oh, it's that sloppy passing again, Dugan. I think that's been the #1 bugaboo of the Wolverines all season long.
Well, not only is it turnover, but Gavin Groninger was wide open for a 3-point shot. If it's a good pass, I mean, that's a 5-point swing there.
31-27. The Michigan lead was 10, but Towson has rattled off 6 straight points, 2 on uncontested drives. Inside, Seawright goes to Moore, takes it to the floor, jump hook no good. Rebound came down to Mike Shin of Townsend. 31-27, right in front of us, Leon Jones got the steal. Leon comes back, had Blanchard open for a second, throws it inside to Seawright. Seawright went to the air, and neatly Brian Allen walked it away and threw it down to Barber, who throws it down for the 3rd consecutive slam, uncontested for Towson. What happened to the 10-point lead? 31-29, timeout on the floor. Michigan 31, Towson 29, 3:39 to play. We'll return right here on the WJR University of Michigan Basketball Network.
Hey, with rental cars, here's the key word, rental, meaning not yours, you're going to give it back. So it seems the best thing that can happen with this rental is you get a low rate when you rent it. That's thrifty. Great cars at low rates. Pretty simple, really. So the next time you need a rental car and a low rate, call Thrifty. Just what you want, just thrifty.
Who says you can't get what you want? Rent the new PT Cruiser from your neighborhood Thrifty car rental and get a great rate on a great car. The PT Cruisers are at Thrifty.
Ever heard your home is your castle? The fact of the matter is that most communities frown on homes that have dungeons and catapults. But if that's what you want, there should be nothing stopping you from getting a Bank One home equity loan and turning your home into a castle. You can get approval online or right over the phone, which is a quick and easy way to get the money to build that moat you always dreamed about. Then again, the people next door might not be so thrilled by it. So you might want to use your Bank One home equity loan to build a drawbridge, which will prevent angry neighbors from approaching your castle door. Of course, Bank One home equity loans are useful for other things, like paying for college tuition or paying off debt or just regular home improvements. Things that might be a little more sensible than turning your home into a gilded fortress. But it's your home, your Bank One home equity loan, and all we can do is make some suggestions. Here's one. In case you're thinking of getting one, fire-breathing dragons are kind of hard to housebreak. Just give us a call at 1-800-800-LOAN or log on to bank1.com. Bank One, preferred financial partner for Michigan athletics, equal housing lender, loan subject to credit approval.
Back at Chrysler, 3.5 minutes left. Michigan had a 10-point lead, 8 straight points. Now it's 2, and Lavell Blanchard threw a cross-court pass, one hand to the other side, and threw it somewhere into Ypsilanti. Turnover, Michigan, 9 turnovers on the game. We'll have another timeout on the floor. We'll keep it right here, Dugan. And, you know, Avery Queen checked out of the lineup, and Michigan, when he went out, turned the ball over 3 straight times. led to 3 dunks. He's back in, but a 4th straight turnover.
You know, you get the turnovers, and that's one thing, but to lead to uncontested dunks on the other end, Michigan's players need to recognize that there's nobody back, whether it's a big guy like Lavell or Josh Moore. Someone has to get back.
Let's take a floating break now. 3:24 to play. Michigan 31, Towson 29 on this, the WJR University of Michigan Basketball Network.
You gotta think forward first, 'cause you want the best and nothing less.
The new 2001 F-Series is now on sale at your Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Built Ford tough with plenty of style and comfort. Current lessees can lease an F-150 Super Cab 4x4 for $294 per month for 24 months through Ford Credit. A 2001 Super Cab XLT 4x4 with a V8, automatic, air conditioning, 17-inch wheels, and off-road package, all for only $294 per month.
Ford first.
$294 per month with 3633 due at signing, including a security deposit, excluding title and taxes. This payment includes a $500 renewal bonus if you currently lease a Ford Division product and lease and take new retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/16/01. Some payments higher, some lower. Residency restrictions apply. Not all lessees will qualify for lowest payment. Visit thinkfordfirst.com for details on this $294 F-150 Super Cab payment.
Your 31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Think Ford first.
3:24 to play. Gavin Groniger, who checked out a moment ago, right back in for Michigan. So it's Groniger, Queen, Jones, Blanchard, and Moore. Towson with the basketball, down just 2. The Tigers have rattled off 8 straight points when Michigan had its biggest lead of the game at 10.
Towson putting good half-court pressure on Michigan, so Michigan's going to go with the smaller, quicker lineup, more guys that can handle the ball.
Goodman bounces it over to Shin. Shin with Josh Moore out watching him, takes it to the floor, looks right side, nothing there, threw it to Sutton. Sutton low post into Barber, and he beat his man. Groniger took him to the floor, hit the layup. It's 31-31. Nice move by Brian Barber.
You know, another thing those turnovers led to, Barber wasn't scoring. He was struggling, and now he gets 3 straight dunks. He's got confidence again, so look for him to start scoring.
Blanchard to Jones, tie game, 2:40 to play. Michigan has completely fallen apart here in the last 4 minutes. Groniger from 3, short. Rebound came down to Brian Barber of Towson. And now Towson, playing with a lot of confidence, has a chance to take the lead for the first time. Slicing inside Goodman. Got it to Shin. Took his man in the air. Up in. Towson leads 33-31. Shin with the bucket, his first 2.
Shin is calling for the ball. He wants it inside. Thinks he can beat the 7-footer.
Blanchard almost took a step, bounced it over to Queen. Queen trying to get the equalizer now for Michigan. A 12-0 run for Towson. Groniger, head fake, drove inside, nothing there. Comes back out to Queen. Queen throws it to Leon Jones in front of the Towson bench. Jones to Blanchard for 3. Shot up, bounces, in and out. Rebound came down to Sutton, and here's Towson with the ball again. 1:48 to play, 33-31. Tigers lead the Wolverines. Sutton gets a screen from Shin, passes it off to Goodman. Tamir Goodman, 6'3" freshman, hot scorer in high school ball, 40 points per game in high school. Shin went inside, thought he took a walk. Rebound came down off a Josh Moore block, and a jump ball on the second effort. Alternate possession goes to Towson. First alternate possession call of the game, but good footwork there by Josh Moore, Dugan.
Yeah, you know, that's funny because Shin, after he scored that last bucket, was calling for the ball, yelling at Towson's players to give him the ball. That time he tries to get up against a 7-footer, and Josh Moore blocks it with his elbow.
And Josh heard him calling for the ball, too. It might have motivated him a little bit. Tamir Goodman, bounce pass inside to Sutton. Quick move on Jones, shot up, no good. Rebound, nope. Traveling on Towson, turnover to Michigan.
That's good defense by Leon Jones. He's undersized in there, but he did a nice job of using his body to force Sutton out further than he wanted to catch the ball.
5 minutes ago, it was Michigan 31, Towson 21. 12 straight points later, Towson has the lead. Call it the dirty dozen. 33-31, Tigers lead Michigan. Groniger, pass knocked away. Queen recovers, got it over to Leon Jones. Jones looks inside, threw it instead to Queen outside. Groniger inside, pass to Blanchard, but he was hammered from behind, I believe, by Brian Allen. If so, that's his 3rd personal.
Fortunate for Gavin there because that could have been a no call, which would have led to another layup. But Michigan, they need to realize whether they're playing Towson or Duke or they're in the Big Ten season, every play, every pass you make in college basketball, you have to do it with some authority. You have to be intense. You can't relax for 1 minute or someone's going to steal it.
Goodman got the foul instead, his first personal, so Allen still has 2. Blanchard at the line hits the first. Michigan has gone 6 minutes without a field goal since leading 31-21. Blanchard's second one in. Game is retied. 33-33, exactly 60 seconds to play. Towson would dearly like to have the halftime lead to maintain this momentum going into the second half.
Towson should try to get a quick shot here.
Yeah, I was just going to say, they can't wait for a last shot. They could get the favored possession 2-1 if they took a quick one. Instead, they'll run an offensive play with patience. Barber looks inside, bounces to Sutton, fall away over Jones, no good. Rebound, Gavin Groninger, but somebody was on his back. It went out of bounds off Townsend, no foul. But Michigan gets the ball with now 36 seconds left on the clock. And, of course, with a 35-second shot clock, Towson could technically have another possession. Michigan needs a bucket here and no turnover. They've been outscored 12-2 here and still looking for their first field goal in the last 6.5 minutes. They've gone stone cold. Michigan will work it down for one shot. Avery Queen just patiently dribbling in front of the midcourt line. The Michigan coaches say, go to it, Avery. 16 seconds left. Goes right side now, not yet ready to go to it. Lavell Blanchard encourages him to make an offensive move, gives him a screen. Queen dribbles left side, got it to Groninger. Blanchard from 3 with a man in his face, no good. Tapped up by Josh Moore, no good. Rebound Towson, 1 second left. Goodman from way in the backcourt fired a shot, and he threw it so high it hit off the speaker at center court. And that ends the half. It is even Steven at the intermission. Michigan, I ripped Beckman for saying that once. It's easy to say Michigan.
You relax, Fred. You had a turnover.
Yeah, that's my second of the night. Michigan 33, Towson 33. And at intermission, we'll come back and have much more halftime festivities. Jeff Defred has some studio highlights and an update on the other games going on right here on the WJR University Michigan Basketball Network, where you're listening to Michigan Basketball.
760 WJR.
Almost underway here in the second half. Dugan Fife, I thought Michigan played so crisply over the first 12 minutes of that, but fell apart. But that's kind of like saying before the Titanic sunk, the deck was clean.
We saw some of the best basketball and some of the worst basketball this season that half.
Michigan has to get off to a better start here in the second half. We're underway. It's 33-33. Avery Queen gets it inside to Asselin, who bounces one not home, off the rim, goes out of bounds, off of Michigan to Townsend. So not a great start. Michigan has missed another shot. They've now gone more than 7 minutes without a bucket.
That's not a bad shot, though. Josh Asselin inside 5 feet, but Fred, also, Bernard Robinson didn't play. He might have played 3 or 4 minutes in the first half, and Josh didn't play much. Chris didn't play much. So with those 3 back, look for a stronger Michigan team.
From the corner, from three-point land and draining it is Brian Allen, and Towson leads by 3. Blanchard comes the other way from Michigan, flying through the air. Shot no good. Rebound came down to Towson. 2 bodies on the floor, 4 on 4. Towson bounce pass inside to Barber, rather Sutton. Sutton with a reverse layup. And Towson off to a rip-roaring start here in the second half. It's 38-33. And Michigan wants an early timeout. 19:06 to play in the game. A 30-second timeout. We'll take a network floating break. This is Michigan basketball on the WJR University of Michigan Basketball Network.
All over Michigan, independent insurance agents are talking about what it takes to get the best employees for their clients' companies.
If I'm interviewing for a job and the pay is the same and one offers me a better benefit package, that sort of makes that decision a little bit easier.
You talk about benefits before you talk about salary.
The first question might come out of their mouth, do you have health insurance and who is it with?
Blue Cross Blue Shield and Blue Care Network HMO of Michigan. We're listening, we're learning, for you, for life.
Everything else seems like, the brand X.
Michigan has missed its last 7 field goal attempts. The Wolverines went the last 6:54 of the first half without a bucket. Since leading 31-21, they've been outscored 17-2. Ouch. Just a minute into the second half, Avery Queen on the floor. Bernard Robinson, we mentioned he slept wrong and has a stiff neck. I don't know if that affected his minutes played in the first half or not. Now he gets the bounce pass from Avery Queen and missed the dunk. Coming the other way, Allen, swift pass inside to Barber. Barber, good defense by Young. Got it out to Goodman. Goodman throws it in the corner to Sutton. Sutton throws it back to Brian Allen. Allen watched by Avery Queen. Michigan has to pick up the defense here and hit a bucket or 2. Goodman throws it right side to Sutton. Beat his man Robinson. Head baseline. Didn't take it through to Goodman for 3, and he drained it, and that Towson bench is fired up. Tamir Goodman hits the three. He has 5 points. Towson with its biggest lead, 8 points, 41-33. They've outscored Michigan 20-2.
Right here, the second half, though, Michigan needs to just keep doing what they're doing. They've had good shots each time down the court.
It reminds me a little of Duke here in the last 7 or 8 minutes. Robinson got it back to Queen for three, and Avery breaks the spell. He nails a big three-point jumper for Michigan, his first points of the night. Running the other way, Towson on the alley-oop to Barber, and he slammed it. Brian Barber answers. It's 43-36, favor of Towson. Early underway here in the second half. Bernard Robinson drives the lane, almost carried it, drove inside, banks it home, and draws the foul. I thought he might have carried it, Dugan.
Yeah, he might have. And he also could have gotten called for the charge there. Goodman did a nice job of sliding over, a little bit too late. But, I think Bernard Robinson's next fine. He's got an early foul trouble. Going up for the dunk like he did that last play. Wow, that would have been an impressive finish.
Yeah, and Michigan needed it at that point, so I can't fault that. Robinson at the line now to try to complete the three-point play, and he misses. 43-38. Robinson, the leading free thrower on this Michigan team, but he missed there. Goodman in the corner for Towson. They are a fired-up team. Holtz, we haven't heard from him in a while, but he drained a three. Shaun Holtz.
Nothing but net. You don't see a shot go through the net that pretty.
Yeah, when he's on, his shots don't even move the twine, do they?
He shoots with a lot of arc. He's got nice form.
Robinson behind the back dribble and threw it right to Maurice Seawright. There's a problem, though. Seawright is out of the game with a warm-up on. Turnover, Michigan.
Yeah, Michigan still, they try to, when they get in trouble, the young kids, not just Michigan, but young players, they try to do things too quick.
They got to regain their composure here, this Michigan team. I thought they had an outstanding first 10, 12 minutes, but they have not been the same team since. Towson has hit 5 straight shots here in the second half to pull away at 46-38. They were down 10. They lead by 8.
And a frustration foul there by Lavell Blanchard. Tried to slide over and used way too much body on Goodman. No need to foul a guy 30 feet from the basket.
Lavell's second. Michigan not in any foul trouble. Nobody with more than 2. Goodman now for Michigan. Bounce pass to Sutton. Sutton's had a fine game. He bounces it inside to Barber and a left-hand leaner over Young, and he drained it. Brian Barber showing the form that he showed last year when he scored 30 points against the Wolverines. Bernard Robinson lost the dribble momentarily, recovers now. It's 48-38, Towson by 10. Robinson drives baseline, shot too long. Aslan rebound, put back, hit it, drew the foul.
That's what a senior has to do, Fred. When your team's in trouble and needs a bucket, you got to find a way to help them any way you can. That time, Josh Aslan did a nice job sneaking inside, getting the rebound, and finishing.
Foul went against Sutton. That's his second. It'll send Josh Aslan to the line trying to complete the three-point play. Aslan, the senior out of Cairo, 82% shooter from the line.
Sutton's asking Josh, did I foul you? He has no idea why he was called for that foul, but sometimes the officials, we said again, it's not the right position. They're just in a position where they can't really see the play, and they see a hand slap, and they're going to call it.
Leon Jones, Maurice Seawright, Gavin Groniger into the game for Michigan. Aslan at the line. He broke out of a mini slump after becoming a starter the past 2 games, getting back-to-back double-doubles, or at least just missing back-to-back double-doubles. Strongest game of the season against Bowling Green, December 13. He had 18. Followed that against Morris Brown with 12 points. And he was a spark for Michigan in that second half.
Well, that's a subtle thing coaches can do, and it doesn't show up in the papers or the stat columns, but coaches, they can play little mind games with players. Give Josh a starting role. Maybe that helps his confidence a little bit. It looks like it did.
He's played in 102 consecutive games, including tonight for Michigan. Aslan hits the free throw, completes the three-point play. Remember that three-point play if Michigan can mount a comeback here. Leon Jones got the turnover off the steal in the backcourt, got help from Seawright. Now throws it to Groniger, thought about the three, dribbles inside, baseline, shot no good, air ball. Rebound came down to Young, lost it to Seawright, and Seawright puts it back up. Michigan has hit 5 in a row. It's 48-43. They're turning it up a little bit.
They sure have. They've turned up the intensity defensively first. And there, another foul, a touch foul. Maurice Seawright's going to pick it up. And that's a head scratcher for Coach Ellerby.
Right in front of us, Phil Bova called the foul. Brian Ellerby is staring over here, and I don't think it's at me or you.
Not at me. I think the officials is catching the heat of that stare. But, those are fouls that whether it is or isn't, there's contact, and the officials are going to call it.
Goodman, left side corner, three-point jumper by Allen, and he drained it. Oh, do they have confidence now? Brian Allen hits his second three of the second half. 51-43. The lead is 8 again for Towson. Smelling an upset here. Searott got it to Jones. Jones over to Groniger. He's pushed, and the call goes against Brian Allen. That's his third personal. Now there are 3 Towson players with 3 personal fouls down the line, Dugan, with 15:40 to play. That could be a factor.
And they're 3 of their big players, too.
Towson 51, Michigan 43. Let's take time out here. You're listening to Michigan basketball.
You've gotta think forward first, 'cause you want the best and nothing less.
Introducing the 2001 Ford Focus. The Focus sets a new standard for small cars at an affordable price. Right now, lease one for only $238 per month for 24 months through Ford Credit. It comes equipped with a 2.0-liter Z-Tech engine, air, speed control, and even power windows. This Focus SE demands attention with its sporty looks and best-in-class interior. Some payments higher, some lower.
Think forward first.
Lease a well-equipped 2001 Ford Focus SE for only $238 a month with $2127 due at signing, including a security deposit, excluding title and taxes. Not all lessees will qualify for lowest payment. Payment includes a $500 renewal bonus if you currently lease a Ford Division product and lease and take new retail delivery from dealer stock by 1/16/01. Residency restrictions may apply. See your Metro Detroit Ford dealer for qualification details.
31 Metro Detroit Ford dealers. Think forward first.
There's only one Sports Wrap, Michigan's #1 sports talk show, weeknights on 760 WJR.
Great point by Dugan Fife at the break. I mentioned to you, Dugan, you weren't here the other day, but when Michigan got in trouble in a similar spot in the second half, they went inside to Moore and Asselin and Young. You said it's not quite as easy here tonight.
No, Towson's obviously had Michigan scouted. They're playing a 2-3 zone, making it tough for Michigan to go inside, but I think Towson's in a position here where they got 2 of their best players with 3 fouls, and it's Holtz and it's Allen, and both of them can shoot the 3. Both of them make it tough for Michigan defensively, and if those guys pick up their 4th, this game could change dramatically.
Nobody has missed a shot yet here in the second half. Michigan 4 of 4, Towson 7 of 7. Towson shooting 62% for the game. Groniger from 3, no good. Rebound came down to Young. Out of bounds, it goes off of Towson to Michigan. Did I have that right, Mike Brad? I didn't have it right. I thought we had a missed shot.
Josh has a turnaround jumper, first possession.
Okay. We'll get it straight. Seawright throws it into Young. Young bounces one to Jones. Jones knocked his man to the floor. At least his man fell to the floor. Fires from outside, and rebound came down to Weatherspoon. It went out of bounds off a Michigan player, and Towson gets the ball, leading by 8.
See Coach Obi shaking his head. That time Josh just smacked at the ball. Should have been called for the foul.
15-12 to play. Seawright all over his man, Brian Allen. Allen handed off to Witherspoon. Witherspoon to Sutton. Nice move on Jones, but we get a whistle away from the ball.
Again, the foul because Michigan's allowing their men to beat him to the middle. You can cause all kinds of problems for a defense if you can get to the paint.
I misspoke. The shot accuracy, at least for Michigan, they have missed here in the second half, but Towson is perfect. 7 for 7 from field goal range, 4 of 4 from three-point range. That's the 4 of 4 I misread. My blunder. 15:04 to play. Towson 51, Michigan 43. Needless to say, the point is Towson is red hot, and they started with 6 minutes left in the first half. That looked like a travel. Allen moved inside, missed the layup, got his own rebound, and got contact, or at least caused contact. It does go against Brian Allen the other way to Michigan. That's his 4th personal if it goes against Allen.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Now they lose a shooter. Michigan, the floor won't be so spread defensively. They can focus on the 2 scores. They can focus on Barber, and Goodman's a shooter, and Holtz.
51-43. Michigan led 31-21 with 7 minutes to play in the first half. Have not been able to put it back together. Seawright to Groniger. To Lavell Blanchard, back to Groniger. Groniger inside Asselin, he's open, had the ball knocked away on help defense by number 20, Brian Barber. Nice defensive swat. And he got a foul out of it, but that's a good foul, Dugan, because that was an open layup or slam for Josh Asselin.
That's one of those, yeah, you're right, a good foul because it's a momentum changer. Josh Asselin gets the ball, slams in, and he's an emotional player. He'll get Michigan's team going, but I mentioned this earlier with Josh Moore and Chris Young. When Michigan's big men catch the ball inside, they have a tendency to drop the ball almost to their knees, and that tells you a couple of things. It tells you they're not strong enough in the legs, which they could be tired, or they haven't worked on that enough in practice. But you see a guy like David Robinson or Tim Duncan, they get the ball in the post, the ball doesn't go below their chin.
Good point. Asselin at the line hit the first, second one on the way, no good. Rebound tipped in by Lavell Blanchard. He had position, left-hand tip, gets back in, and Michigan down 5 now, 51-46. A big swing there on plays by Asselin and Blanchard. Blanchard leading the Wolverines tonight with 17 points. There's an air ball by Holtz at the other end. He's been quiet here early in the second half. Fired an air ball out of bounds, untouched to Michigan. Down 5, the Wolverines need another bucket here.
That looked like a slider. That ball wasn't even close.
Boy, a slam here would be nice to lift this crowd, small as it is here at Chrysler Arena. Groninger, left side, Blanchard fires from 3, no good. Rebound, Chris Young up and no foul. Got his own rebound a second time up, no good. Tapped it again, goes to Towson, no whistle. Michigan's bench looking for a call, didn't get it. Sutton over to Goodman. Goodman back to Holtz, fake the 3. Blanchard comes out on him. Sutton looks inside to Barber, we get a whistle. 3-second violation, turnover Towson.
Hey, say what you want, but you can't fault the effort by Chris Young that time, getting 3 shots at the basket. Didn't finish, but the effort was there.
And that's what they're telling him on the bench. Brian Elby clapping his hands at Chris Young, said, don't get frustrated. Do that every time. 13:40 to play. Michigan down 5. Maurice Seawright drives on Goodman, pulls up, right side pass to Groninger, back to Seawright. Seawright over to Blanchard. Blanchard looks inside for Young. Passed instead to Groninger for 3, no good. Rebound came down to Holtz off his hands to Blanchard. Alert play, puts a shot up that wasn't there. Lavell could have swung it out top. Dugan reran. The offense didn't do it. Put up a desperation shot. Didn't need it. Ball goes to Towson. Long pass in the corner to Holtz. He's open. Over Seawright. Another air ball. Rebound comes down to Groninger. Holtz has gone cold. Groninger bumped his man. No call. Back to Seawright. Seawright slows it down here. Michigan down 51-46 with exactly 13 minutes to play in the game.
Michigan really looking for an inside touch here. They need to get in the post.
Groninger looked for Seawright. Man cut him off. Groninger almost walked. Got it to Maurice. Maurice touch pass. Asselin to Young. Foul inside. Somebody held Chris Young.
That is a great pass by Josh Asselin. The touch pass there. That time Weatherspoon had no chance but to grab Chris and follow him.
Brian Barber, the best player on the floor for Towson most of the time, although Shaun Holtz would make a case tonight. Picks up his 3rd personal, so now Brian Allen with 4, Barber with 3, Holtz with 3, and Mike Shin off the bench with 3. Still could be a factor with plenty of time here. And Dugan, it's not only a factor in terms of how many fouls they have, but how they play defense from here on out.
No question. They have to. Their defensive intensity will lay off.
Nice pass from Blanchard to Asselin for the slam. Excuse me, Dugan, but that's a big play for Michigan. 51-48. Towson now leads by 3. Josh Asselin got that slam that time.
Great out-of-bounds play by Michigan there to get the dunk.
Nice look by Blanchard. Now we have an officials timeout, a 30-second timeout. We'll take a floating break here. 12:29 to play. Towson 51, Michigan 48 on the WJR University of Michigan Basketball Network.
MGoBlue.com brings you Michigan basketball and Game Day Live, the most complete up-to-the-minute resource for the Wolverines. Follow the games online with live audio, official game stats, play-by-play, and a shot chart from the court to the stands to the comfort of your home. Follow each play and every dunk with Game Day Live. It's a multimedia experience that you control from your desktop. MGoBlue.com, powered by Enlighten Sports, your primary resource for the latest news on all 27 Michigan varsity teams. MGoBlue.com. Come home to Michigan sports.
12.5 minutes to play. Michigan now on a 10-3 run over the last 4 minutes. Asselin with 6 of the 10 points. And I thought Josh gave him a lift the other day in the second half. He's done the same thing here today. 3 solid games in a row for Josh Asselin, the senior out of Cairo. Goodman, bounce pass, nice pass inside to Barber. Shot no good though. Rebound came down to Asselin, but Chris Young caused the miss with some good defense. Maurice Seawright, watched by Goodman, pulls up now, patient offensively. Michigan down 3, can tie it here with a tray. Seawright got it to Asselin. Asselin to Blanchard. Blanchard inside to Young, bad pass. It was never there. Young had a man draped all over him, and it was a lazy pass by Blanchard. Weatherspoon now the other way for Towson. Towson, nice swat away by Gavin Groninger on a pretty bad pass by Mike Shin in his own right. And with 11:57 to play, we have timeout on the floor. Towson 51, Michigan 48. This is the WJR University of Michigan Basketball Network.
Remember when you were a kid and you wanted to be a cowboy? Well, what happened? Was there a particular night when you stopped dreaming about riding off into the sunset on your trusty horse and started dreaming about a bachelor's degree? Or when a big old weathered 10-gallon Stetson became less appealing than a professional shoe shine? Well, at Bank One, we have some good news for all you wannabe cowboys and astronauts and ballerinas. It may not be too late for your dreams. Talk to us and we can point you towards some sensible ways to save and invest the money you make today. From savings accounts and CDs to stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. There are even licensed investment representatives in most Bank One locations who can help show you the right direction. Maybe you want to retire with a ranch out west. Maybe you'll just go to a lot of cowboy movies. We just want you to have choices. Just call or stop by your local Bank One. Yeehaw. Bank One, preferred financial partner for Michigan athletics. Member FDIC. Stocks, bonds, and mutual funds offered through Bank One Securities Corporation by licensed investment representatives. Investment products are not FDIC insured or not bank guaranteed and may lose value.
John Woolard rescues alligators for a living. That's him releasing a big male gator into the wild.
Yeah, gator breath.
Hey, John, seems like you're a pretty brave guy. So would you ever try some kind of cut-rate car insurance instead of State Farm?
Cut-rate car insurance. I'm not that brave.
Good point. For car insurance, be like State Farm customer John Woolard and go with a reliable State Farm agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
11:57 to play. Towson has missed its last 4 field goal attempts, but still hitting 53% for the game. 51-48, the Tigers clinging to that lead. Goodman got away from Seawright, threw it over to Shaun Holtz. Holtz has gone really cold here in the second half, especially from three-point range. Inside pass to Sutton. Sutton dropped it off to Shin, who's playing with 3 fouls, but that time got hammered himself. Let's quickly go back to our network studios. Jeff Defran standing by for an update on the Michigan State game at the Palace. Jeff?
All right, thank you, Fred. Michigan State leading that game 19-13 midway through the first half. Northwestern pulling off an upset in the first half, leading number 16 Southern Cal 25-14. And Maryland on top of Chicago State 30-4 in the first. Terrapins jumped out to a 20-0 lead. Fred?
Okay, Jeff, thank you so much. Keep us posted. Mike Shin at the line hits the first free throw for Towson. It's now 52-48. Second one on the way. Good. He has 4 points. Now Bernard Robinson Jr., who's played sporadically here today, at least minute-wise, playing with a bit of a stiff neck, and I do wonder if that's affected his play at all. They told us they got to the arena today for the shoot-around, and he came in kind of hanging his head because he slept on it wrong.
He's fine. He's fine.
Dugan doesn't buy that. Suck it up and play, huh?
That's right.
Avery Queen inside to Asselin. Asselin got it to Robinson. Robinson to Groninger. Faked the 3. Got it back to Robinson. Michigan down 5 with the basketball. Queen to Groninger. Open for a second. Inside Asselin. Turnaround jumper no good. Rebound tapped by Robinson. Blanchard tapped it. Tapped it again. Another tap. It looks like a volleyball game. Asselin got it to Robinson. Groninger from 3 after the fake, and he drained it. Gavin Groninger, a terrific job of banging the offensive boards by the Wolverines, and Groninger capitalized with his first 3, his third 3 of the ball game. First of the second half. Witherspoon, Michigan down 2 inside. Shot no good, block. Rebound came down to Sutton. Drives inside, finger roll through the foul. What a play by Sutton. The bucket will count. Sam Sutton, the 210-pound, 6'4" junior out of York, Pennsylvania, and William Penn High School with a terrific play and the finger roll like George Gervin would have done it.
Yeah, and this Michigan crowd not happy with that call. It's one of those calls that could have gone either way. Josh Aslen had pretty good position there under the basket. He might have been a little too low. He picked up his 3rd foul. A big bucket, though, for Towson.
Oh, my, was it a big bucket. Sutton now completes the 3-point play with a terrific effort, and is back to a 5-point lead at 56-51. And it was a terrific play at the other end by Michigan as they just hammered the offensive boards, got 5 taps, and got it to Groninger for the 3, but couldn't get a stop on defense. 10:36 to play. 56-51 Towson. Groninger from 3, long. Rebound came down to Robinson. Nice board, lost the ball. Got it back to Queen. Michigan needs a hoop here. Queen to Robinson. Robinson looks inside to Asselin. Throws it to Queen out high. He dribbles right side. Got it to Groninger in front of the Michigan bench. Groninger to Bernard Robinson Jr. He's double teamed. Back to Gavin. Gavin inside to Asselin. Double team. Put a shot up and in. Drew the foul. Josh Asselin with yet another big play for the Wolverines.
You know what I like there, Fred? I like Michigan's patience on offense. They work the ball from side to side, and they did what Coach Obi's been telling them to do all the year. Your offense needs to start from inside and work its way out. They did a good job of being patient. Got it into Josh where he could score. Josh does a nice job of finishing.
Goodman picked up his 3rd personal. That's 4 Towson players with at least 3 fouls. 56-53. Asselin at the line trying to make it a 3-point play, missed. Rebound came down to Sutton, who's been an impressive player tonight for Towson. Witherspoon, watched by Groninger, gave him a little shove with the shoulder. No call. Rebound, or actually the pass, came down to Goodman. Goodman to Sutton. Sutton right side. Groninger on his man. Witherspoon slices inside. He tried to finger roll it. Called for the offensive charge.
And that play, where that play occurred, was no different from where Josh Asselin was. It's just the angle of the official. When Josh Asselin was called for the block, the official was behind the play underneath the basket. That time the official was in front of the play, calls a charge.
Witherspoon's first personal.
No question, a good play by Lavell, giving up his body there, because Witherspoon, he's a pretty big, strong kid.
Lavell made a sloppy pass a moment ago, but I think he's played a better all-around game tonight, in addition to leading the Wolverines in scoring with 17. 9:30 to play, 56-53. Michigan from the corner. Robinson drained it. That ties the game. That's the hoop they've been looking for. The one that can draw the equalizer, and Bernard Robinson Jr. drained it from the corner.
And since Bernard's gotten off that bench, Michigan's played a lot more intensity on defense, and he's done a lot of good things on offense as well.
56-56. We're tied at Joe Schmitz here at Chrysler Arena. Blocked by Asselin. Inside, a rebound by Sutton. That's blocked by Blanchard. That'll be a goaltend.
And that shot was going to be short, too. A little too aggressive there by Lavell.
Can't fault the effort, but that shot wasn't coming anywhere close to going even near the hoop. And Lavell got a little overexcited, got in the air. He can really leap, as you know, and he swatted away. But Brian Ellerby and Curtis Townsend clapping their hands on the bench because they're getting great effort now defensively from Michigan. It's gotten them back in this game. They were down 8. They're now down 2. Up by 10 in the first half. Asselin got bumped underneath. We got another foul on Holtz. That's number 4, Dugan.
Yeah, again, I said this game can change on a dime. You have Holtz with 4, you have Allen with 4, and you have Barber. The 3 top players. Barber has 3, but those guys are all in danger picking up that 5th foul. And you mentioned it also hurts them defensively.
8:55 to play. It's Towson 58, Michigan 56. Avery Queen had a terrific first half. Has been pretty quiet here in the second. What do they do, Dugan, now to get him penetrating like he did in the first half?
I think what they're doing here, Townsend's playing the zone, and Michigan's just content to work the ball around, try to find a crack in it, and work it inside to Josh.
Asselin at the line, shot up and in. Josh has 11 points tonight. He's played very well here in the last couple of weeks. 58 for Towson, 57 for Michigan. Under 9 minutes to play here from Chrysler. Asselin's second one up and in. 58 apiece. Full court pressure now by Michigan. Let's see if Towson can break it. They do it again. Sutton over the line, watched by Groninger. Michigan gets back hustling on defense. Sutton left-hand dribble, goes out to Witherspoon. Witherspoon looks inside, nothing there. Watched by Robinson. Witherspoon looking for the cutter, not there. Got it over instead to Shin. Shin, top of the circle, looks inside. Good defense by Michigan. 12 on the shot clock. Sutton, outside, watched by Groninger, gets a screen. Sutton between the leg dribble. Free throw line extended, fall away, no good. Rebound came down to Lavell Blanchard. Now Queen penetrates. Bounce pass to Groninger, stolen right in front of Brian Ellerby by Sutton. 3-on-1, here comes Towson. Sutton good.
That's a big bucket there. If you're Coach Jay for Towson, what you want to see, you have 2 of your top players on the bench. You have Holtz and Allen on the bench. You want your team just to hang in there until it gets down to crunch time under 4 minutes, and you can put your best 5 players on the court.
Avery Queen tried to make something happen quickly there. Might have been better advised to get a good shot. Michigan trails by 2. Robinson in and out. Good shot. Rebound came down to Barber. Now Tamir Goodman for Towson. Drives inside, swatted away by Blanchard. Kept control of the basketball and rolls it in. Tamir Goodman with the bucket.
Kid's an impressive player. He's a selective scorer. He picks and chooses his times, never takes a bad shot.
Tamir Goodman out of Tacoma Academy in Baltimore, Maryland. A local kid done well here for Towson. Barber, another local kid out of Annapolis. Robinson goes over to Groniger. Groniger drives on Barber, got him off the floor, bounced it back to Robinson. Dangerous pass into Asselin. Baseline move, shot up no good, but he drew the foul. And a reminder that Towson's in foul trouble. Who'd this one go against? Number 20,
That's
Brian
his fourth.
Barber. Fourth personal on Barber, so now Barber playing with 4, Holtz playing with 4, Brian Allen playing with 4. Those are all starters, and Goodman, another starter, playing with 3.
Allen's coming back in the game, and they're going to put someone in we haven't seen, number 42. It's going to be Kerry Augustus, who's actually, he started a couple games for him this year, so he has some experience, but he hasn't played yet today.
Aslin's free throw up and no good. Asselin has scored 10 points here in the second half and has 12 for the game. Towson 62, Michigan 58. Pretty decent game here at Chrysler Arena. And fairly evenly matched teams. Second free throw waiting for Asselin. It's up and in. Josh went to the line shooting 82%. He has his 5th free throw of the night. We'll take timeout. 7:17 to play. Stay tuned for the stretch run. It's Towson 62, Michigan 59. You're listening to Michigan basketball.
Hello, Wolverine basketball fans. Discount Tire Company would like you to know that they've just made an exciting addition to their team, Michelin Tires. Just like the University of Michigan, Discount Tire Company was founded in Ann Arbor. They both stand for rich tradition and a proud Michigan heritage. Today, Discount Tire Company is America's largest independent tire company with over 400 locations nationwide. Discount Tire Company and Michelin have teamed up to provide Michigan sports fans with a great team effort of guaranteed low prices and their special commitment to service, because so much is riding on your tires. You can also have the best looking car or truck at the next basketball game by stopping by a Discount Tire showroom and checking out their huge selection of custom wheels and Michelin tires. Stop by one of Discount Tire Company's 43 Michigan locations and take advantage of their free tire inspections by trained professionals. Experience another Michigan winning team, Discount Tire Company and Michelin. Let's go blue, and let's go to a Discount Tire store near you.
Me? I'm what they call a sinus sufferer. Well, I used to be anyway, because I finally figured out how to deal with sinuses that were driving me crazy. The moment I feel that very first sign of sinus pressure, I take Sudafed. Boom, no waiting around. No, I'll think about it.
Taking Sudafed at the first sign of pressure releases pressure and helps prevent escalation to sinus pain.
I take Sudafed sooner and tell sinus pain later.
Take non-drowsy Sudafed at the first sign. Use as directed.
All the big names in sports talk first with Sports Wrap. Weeknights on 760 WJR.
Michigan basketball brought to you in part by Blue Cross Blue Shield and their innovative programs like their 24-hour health information hotline. Blue Health Line at 1-800-811-1764. Call 1-800-811-1764 for free health information. 7:05 to play. Towson with the basketball and a 3-point lead. Off the timeout, in the corner, they got it to Shin. Now remember, Towson playing with several players in foul trouble. They have Augustus in the lineup for the first time to help their depth. This time they get it in the corner. Baseline drive by Augustus, no good. Rebound, Sutton, no good. And it came down to Josh Ashlin, who clears the defensive boards. Here's Queen, long court pass to Groniger. Got it back to Avery Queen. Avery slows it up, 6:35 now to play. 62 for Towson, 59 for Michigan.
Good move by Avery, bringing it back out and doing what got Michigan back in this ball game. That's running a set play and getting it inside.
Groniger to Queen. Good moving underneath by Robinson. Blanchard from 3, and he drained it. Lavell Blanchard felt it, and he buried it. His second 3 of the evening. He now has 20 points to lead Michigan. 6:11 to play. It's 62-62. We're even, Steven. Sam Sutton now for Towson. Got it to Shin. Shin to Augustus. Kerry Augustus threw it off the hands of Brian Allen. Almost lost it. Queen was on him. Shin shot partially blocked, in and out. And the rebound came down on the great hustle by Sam Sutton. Now he earns the shot in the corner. Passed it up. Got it back over to Tamir Goodman. Goodman right side pass to Allen. Behind the back dribble. Shot no good. He thought he was bumped by Queen, looks at the official. Meanwhile, Michigan starts on the break with a chance to take the lead. Queen to Robinson for three. He nailed it. Bernard Robinson Jr. puts Michigan back on top, 64-62. I beg your pardon, it was a two-point shot. That's a deuce lead for Michigan. 64-62 on the two-point bucket by Robinson. And with 5:21 to play, we'll take another timeout. It's a 30-second timeout, so we'll go to a network floating break. 5:21 to play. Michigan 64, Towson 62 on the WJR University of Michigan Basketball Network.
You've struggled through the first big snows of the year. Now it's time for rewards. The most cash back and biggest rebates are happening now through the end of the year at Varsity Ford Ann Arbor. Let it snow. Who cares? Come take advantage of the year's best prices on all of Ford's rugged four-wheel drive vehicles. Buy before the year ends and find 0-9 financing and rebates over $3,700. Shop Varsity's $38 million inventory with one of the biggest selections of four-wheel drives in the state. Special sale hours are Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday 9 to 9, Saturday 9 to 5. Varsity Ford Ann Arbor.
Stay tuned to the end of the game when we announce our thrifty car rental player of the game. Michigan basketball brought to you in part by Chevrolet, by Accident Fund, by AAA of Michigan, and by Bank One. Michigan with its first lead of the second half. It's 64-62. Wolverines approaching 5 minutes to play here in the basketball game. Tamir Goodman, inside pass to Barber, a little too strong. He almost slammed that home. Robinson on the run for Michigan off the glass. No good. Blanchard put it back up, and it got stuck right between the rim and the backboard. And that'll be an alternate possession jump ball to Towson.
What an exciting play that time. Lavell Blanchard put his head above the rim, almost finished it. That would have been an incredible play. You don't see too many plays like that, but Michigan really turning up the intensity the last few minutes on defense, and they can because they're not in foul trouble.
Well, Robinson and Lavell got to be careful. They're looking for the big dunk here, and what Michigan needs more than that are buckets. Granted, a dunk would be a big lift, but it's got to be there. 64-62 Michigan. Sutton with the ball, got it to Holtz. Watched like a glove by Asselin. Holtz tried to hand off to his man Allen, but Avery Queen was all over him. Here's Sam Sutton. Michigan turning up the defense. Contact underneath, and a foul on Gavin Groniger. He went hard to the floor, and Gavin picks up the foul.
Gavin's got a nice cut on his chin, under his chin. It's a good one.
As cuts go.
Oh, it's a good one. It'll be a six-stitcher at least. And Josh Aslan with the quickness runs over and gets a towel. He doesn't want blood on his court.
How about a bad cut? Does it have to be a good cut?
Yeah, you're a ball player. It's a good cut.
Towson scoreless in the last 3 minutes and 10 seconds with blood on the floor and on the chin of Gavin Groniger. He'll have to check out of the game while Steve Stricker tries to repair that, because Gavin's had a pretty good game and they need him here down the stretch.
Oh, no question. That's big, because Gavin, he's been playing very well, and he's caused Towson to spread the defense out because he's been sticking that three. But as cuts go, when you get a cut on the bottom of the chin, you barely feel it. A lot of blood. That's a good cut.
As cuts go, that's a good one.
He has to change jerseys, though. You never want to put on a dry jersey after you've been playing for a while.
The opinions expressed here, solely those of Dugan Fife, but not necessarily reflecting those of all these broadcasters or anyone here on the WJR University of Michigan Basketball Network. I say a cut on the chin is a bad cut.
It's character.
Dugan's played the game. He calls it a good cut.
One of those character things you can tell your kids about.
Okay.
How he took the great charge against Towson that prevented the big bucket. Actually, it'll probably be Duke by the time it gets to his kids, grandkids.
And you're not buying that sore neck thing from Bernard either, are you? Brian Allen on the inbounds missed the layup, and the rebound came down to Lavell Blanchard. 64-62, Michigan in front. Blanchard from Queen, stutter step, passed off instead to Bernard Robinson Jr. Almost threw it away. Avery Queen alertly recovered in front of the midcourt. Now Michigan works patiently on offense. Leon Jones has been out for a spell. He's back into the game. Left-hand dribble to Avery Queen. Queen looks inside. Flashing was Blanchard. Now he has it in the corner for three, and he nailed it. Lavell Blanchard has 23 points. The fall-away jumper good, and Michigan's lead is 5 at 67-62.
Good pass by Josh Aslan. He flashed to the high post. Had the awareness to see the open man in the corner. Good shot by Lavell.
Brian Allen for Towson. Got it to Sam Sutton, who's had a very strong game. Shaun Holtz watched by Blanchard. Back over to Sutton for three, and he nailed it. Sam Sutton never says quit, and he knocked that three down.
Sutton's an impressive player.
Boy, is he.
He's undersized for his position, but he does a nice job because he just plays so hard.
67-65. This game is there for the taking. For either side. Jones to Robinson. Blanchard from 3. Shot no good. Rebound came down to Tamir Goodman. Goodman on the dribble. Drives inside on Jones. Blows right by him and goes in for the layup. Just beat him with foot speed down the court. Leon got caught flat-footed at 67-67.
Again, he's a good player, that Goodman. He picks his spots. He never shoots. He never takes a bad shot, or at least he hasn't today.
Leon Jones into Bernard Robinson flying, but he didn't get the foul. Got his own rebound, put it back up and in. Bernard Robinson, who was looking for the foul, but to his credit, Dugan didn't sulk, went right back to work on the offensive boards and gives Michigan the lead again at 69-67.
But after he scored, he said something to the ref, and the ref didn't like that. You never want to say something negative to the ref, especially the last 2 minutes.
It's over and you scored. Let it go, Bernard. Now he got the steal and he tripped. He got the steal at midcourt and was looking for the dunk, but he tripped. And I don't know if he tripped over his own feet or if Sam Sutton got a hand out there. Brian Ellerby's looking for the intentional foul, but I don't know that he's going to get it here. I thought Bernard just tripped over his own 2 feet, but I could be wrong.
I think there was definitely some intentional contact there.
Going to watch the replay here as Bernard Robinson got the big bucket at the other end with the offensive rebound and putback, then said something to the official, got the steal, tripped up at center court, and he'll go to the line shooting one-on-one. No intentional foul. Bernard Robinson, the top free throw shooter on this Michigan team, has a chance to put Michigan out in front by 4 with just 2:21 to play in the basketball game. Now Phil Bova wants to call his officials over. He brings over Gene Mungie and William Bush to have a little huddle. Not sure what they're discussing there, but Robinson will go to the line on the front end of a one-on-one.
I just want to make sure they all saw the same thing, that it wasn't intentional. And
two-shot foul? Getting a signal for a 2-shot foul now.
I think there was some intentional contact there, but it wasn't blatant. Yeah, it wasn't blatant. It wasn't meant to hurt anybody.
Robinson missed the first free throw, but Mike Bratta pointed out it's a 2-shot foul accurately. He'll get another one.
How about Gavin? He's back on the bench ready to go.
Well, he's got that good cut.
Steve Stricker did a nice job of taking care of that good cut.
Nothing like a good cut in the middle of a contest. Bernard Robinson, second free throw up and in. B-Rob has his first free throw of the game. Timeout on the floor, 2:21 to play. Michigan 70, Towson 67. Hang on, folks, here on the WJR University of Michigan Basketball Network.
For everything you do, there's one thing you know you can rely on, and that's Chevrolet. And now you can depend on your local Chevy dealer to help you make your money count. This is your chance to get $1,250 cash back on the 2001 Chevy Malibu, $1,500 cash back on the safe and secure 2001 Blazer 4-door, or get as low as 1.9 APR on the big 2001 Silverado half-ton extended cab. Rate availability based on creditworthiness. Length of finance contract is limited. GMAC must approve. You must take retail delivery from participating dealer stock by 1/2/01. Dealer financial participation may affect customer cost. Not available with other offers. Something this good, you can't afford to miss. So make your money count at your local Chevy dealer today.
68% of home fires occur after business hours, as do 48% of burglaries and 62% of car accidents. That's why we offer State Farm's 24-hour Good Neighbor service, so you can call participating agents' offices anytime, day or night, to file a claim, ask a question, and get the help you need.
Hello, State Farm's Good Neighbor service. This is Dan. How may I help you today?
Sure, it's a service many of our policyholders may never need, but it's also one most of them wouldn't want to be without.
Fred Human, Dugan Fife, our statistician is Mike Bratta, Jeff Defran back in our studios. Michigan basketball brought to you by MLive, by McDonald's, by State Farm, and by Varsity Ford. Stay tuned to the end of the game when we announce our thrifty car rental player of the game. All of it is part of the AAA of Michigan postgame show brought to you by AAA of Michigan. Towson shooting 52% of the game, led by Holtz with 16, but he only has 3 in the second half. Blanchard has 23 for Michigan. Ashland 13 and 11 in the second half. Here we go, 2:10 to play in the basketball game. That's all. Michigan 70, Towson 67. Brian Allen got it inside to Sutton. Sutton works his man. Robinson shot no good. Good defense by B-Rob. And here comes Michigan on the run with less than 2 minutes to play and a 3-point lead. Need a good, patient shot here, Dugan.
No question. You want to get an inside touch, whether it's to Josh or Lavell. You want the ball in the post.
Yeah, you got to go to the line if you can't get a bunny. Bernard Robinson's spin move lost his man. Now pulls away, shoots. No good. That's not the shot they were looking for. Rebound came down to Goodman. Goodman on the run now. 1:35 to play. Chance to tie it if they can drain a three. Brian Allen in the near court right in front of our bench now for Towson. Here's Holtz, drives inside, looked like he walked. Aslan swatted away, no call either way. Goodman from three, shot long. Rebound came down to who else? Sam Sutton. Threw a pass to Brian Allen, who kicked it, went out of bounds, and I think Robinson got a finger on it. It goes to Towson with 1:15 to play. Here comes Avery Queen back into the game. Maurice Seawright, who came in for a few minutes, checks back out.
I think Maurice came in for defense to guard the taller Goodman. Now getting pulled out.
And you may see that here over the last minute and 15 seconds. Queen on offense and the bigger, quicker Seawright on defense.
With 32 seconds on the shot clock, Coach Elby probably thinks Townson's going to take a quick shot here.
Goodman bounces inside. He was right. Turnaround by Barber, no good. And it was tipped back up and in by either Barber or Sutton. I thought a Michigan player dropped it in.
Well, he went over two Michigan players.
Sutton did. Okay, it's 70-69 on the terrific move to the offensive boards. We have a 30-second timeout and a network floating break here. It's Michigan 70, Towson 69 on this, the WJR University of Michigan Basketball Network.
The expert, Dr. Norman Gary, has been stung about 75,000 times.
Ouch! Dang it!
I'll make that 75,001 times. Norm, you're a pretty brave guy. But would you be brave enough to get car insurance that didn't come with a State Farm agent?
Car insurance with no State Farm agent? Now that makes me nervous.
Yep, I hear you. When it comes to car insurance, be like State Farm customer Norm Gary and go with a reliable State Farm agent. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Michigan basketball brought to you by Federated Insurance. Federated Insurance Companies. It's our business to protect yours. Also by Domino's Pizza. Domino's Pizza is proud to be the official pizza partner of the Michigan Wolverines. 58 seconds to play, and Michigan up by a single point, 70-69. Dugan Fife, Michigan has 4 of the first 5 Big Ten games on the road, and I dare say if you're going to go into places like Purdue and Indiana, Illinois, and down the line, you need to win a game like this on your home floor.
Yeah, you need confidence that you can win it at the end. These are young guys, young players you're going to see up and down throughout the Big Ten season, but you want them to have confidence to believe if it's close in the last minute of the game, they can pull out a victory.
I also believe that while he'd rather have a 10, 20-point lead, Brian Ellaby is glad here at crunch time to be in a tight game because they haven't had a lot of these this year. They've either won by a lot or lost by a lot, and they haven't had this end-of-game pressure. And I haven't called a buzzer beater in my career yet. Is this the one?
Here you go.
Hope I get the player right. 58 seconds to play. Michigan 70, Towson 69. Michigan with the ball. Avery Queen got it from Robinson. Now dribbles left side. Robinson in the corner, didn't get the pass. Groniger, right side dribble, got it over to Robinson on the other side. Little pump fake in there, got it to Aslan. Turn around, fall away, and Josh buries it. 72-69. Josh Aslan with another big hoop. He has 8 points here in the second half. Matter of fact, he has 13 points in the second half. 8 from the field and 5 from the free throw line. Now Towson needs a bucket. 29 seconds to play. Barber got it to Goodman. Goodman leans inside. Got it over to Brian Allen. Allen watched by Groniger. Goes right by him. Throws it up from 2-point land. And he hits it at 72-71. Big bucket by Brian Allen. Now a whistle in the backcourt and a foul on Sutton against Avery Queen. That is the 3rd personal on Sam Sutton, who's had just a terrific game. Check that, his 4th personal, and with 17 seconds left, Avery Queen goes to the line. But I should tell you, though he's shooting too, he has really struggled from the charity stripe this year. Just a 39% shooter from the line.
He's a better shooter than that, Fred. The thing that happens when you play guard, and you're constantly throwing the ball inside. You don't get many free throw attempts, and it's tough to hit them when you need to. But Towson's going to make it a little tougher. They're going to throw some ice into the equation here. Call it timeout.
Speaking of ice, they're going to ice the game now. A timeout. We'll keep it right here with 17 seconds left and try to pick Dugan Fife's brain here and dissect what Michigan needs to do here when they hit, if they hit the 2 free throws by Avery Queen, they'd be up 74-71. Obviously, Towson's going to come down and look for the 3, and Holtz hasn't fired in a while.
Right, not necessarily. It depends on the situation. If Avery Queen hits both free throws and they're down 3, Michigan should apply some light three-quarter court pressure so to make Towson waste a little time bringing up the court. If I'm Towson, I'm going for a quick 2-pointer here because they can foul again quickly and make Avery Queen beat him from the line.
How about if you're Michigan, fouling before they get the shot off? If you're up 3,
I don't think they'll
send
take
them to the line.
Yeah, I don't think they'll take a 3-point shot. I think there's still too much time to do that. They may take a 3-point shot, but I don't think Michigan's going to foul them before they shoot it.
Well, the key thing here is that Avery, who has struggled at the line, has to hit the free throws. Michigan is up 1. Queen, the freshman, at the line. He hails from Moreno Valley, California. He has scored 3 points today on a very big 3-point jumper.
Here you see Coach Jay playing a little mind game.
What's he doing, Dugan?
He's substituting a guy in at the last second.
Trying to freeze Avery and get him thinking about it.
Yeah, he's thinking about it.
Trying to distract him a little.
Exactly. Smart coaching move here. When you're a basketball player and you get to the free throw line, you want to shoot it. You're mentally prepared. You're ready to go. You want to get up there and stick it. Now you got some coach over there messing around.
Can you substitute on a 2-shot foul, though? I don't believe you can at this late time.
Yeah, I don't have stripes on my shirt. I don't. Mike Bratta thinks you can.
Order is restored. I'm not sure to Brian Ellerby's satisfaction.
He's smiling. He knows there's some chess matches going on.
Mission accomplished.
Exactly.
Queen has had about 2.5 minutes to think about this big free throw. 72-71, first one up, and it's short. He missed everything. It worked.
Boy, that was. They say when it's long, you're a little excited. When it's short, you choke. And that time, Avery Queen really short-armed it, didn't follow through. So now Towson goes for the 2.
Mike Jaskulski over there, he has just pulled one off. And let's see now if Avery can bury the second one and make them beat you with the 3. Otherwise, Michigan would be up 1 without the ball. Second one on the way in. 73-71. Queen hits the second one. 30-second timeout on the floor. We'll still keep it right here and remind you to stay tuned to the end of the game when we announce our Thrifty Car Rental player of the game. Well, the first half, Michigan started pulling away. Dugan Fife led 31-21. And believe it or not, over the last final 7 minutes of the first half when Michigan couldn't get a field goal, and through the early part of the second half, Towson had outscored Michigan 20-2 to take an 8-point lead, and now we're almost even, Steven. It's 73 for Michigan, 71 for Towson with 17 seconds to play.
We said at halftime, Towson walked into the locker room knowing they could beat this Michigan team. They walked in tied, so they came out the second half with a lot of confidence. Michigan came out soft, and Towson was able to capitalize on some turnovers to get easy baskets.
Each team with a timeout left now. 2-point game. We could have our first overtime. Towson with the basketball to set it up. 17 seconds left. Michigan leads by 2 with full court pressure. Pass goes inbound to Barber. Barber got it off to Allen. Allen now on Seawright. 12 seconds to play. Allen dribbles around Seawright. Got it left side to Sutton. Sutton drives inside on Robinson. 6 seconds left. Witherspoon inside on Groniger. Throws it in the corner for Allen for 3. Shot short. Rebound came down on the dead ball to Michigan. And Mike Jaskulski slaps his hands in frustration. Michigan has gotten the defensive stop at the end and wins the basketball game here from Chrysler Arena. 73-71. Woo.
Exactly. Outstanding perimeter defense. That's not the shot Towson wanted. They wanted to penetrate and look for an easy 2. Credit Michigan for playing good, tough defense and not fouling there.
That was a white knuckler because that thing had gone in. Michigan had no time to come to the other end. They would have been beaten on a buzzer beater, 74-73. Instead, it fell out. Bernard Robinson and a sea of gold jerseys went in the air, knocked it out of bounds as the horn went, and Michigan holds on for dear life, evening its record at 5-5 on the season with a 73-71 victory over Towson.